Hi, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. So today we continue our chapter 1.2.2 about the 12-point management plan. Do you still remember what actually is a 12-point management plan? This actually is a 12-point management plan. For information, the previous class we already discussed about the initial meeting with the client and with the attire, with the accessory, which accessory that you need to wear and avoid it. So now we'll continue about the number 2 until the end. Okay, so the second one is about the calling for quote from the subcontractor. So when you say it's about the calling for quote from the subcontractor, it's very important for all of you to make sure that your desk is not a storage depot for foods. Okay, these are some things that we need to make sure that everything actually is in place. Rather than the previous slide. Okay, kalau you tengok dekat atas apa nama kita panggil tu, dekat desk tu kita letak trofi, kita letak foto, kita letak macam-macam kan. Itu bukannya workstation. Kalau boleh, we prefer this kind of the workstation. Okay, and it's very important to know the guideline, okay, for you to use a desk. The first one, you need to have one project at the one time on your desk. Okay, keep items off the desk until you are ready to use them. And last but not least, when you complete the task, clear it to the out basket, check priorities and move to the next task. Pastikan cuma ada satu sahaja projek dalam satu masa yang sama. Sebab apa? Kalau ada 2-3, dia akan macam confusekan anda. Okay? And with a clear view to the importance of our immediate working environment, we can begin the preparation of the client proposal. What we need to do? We need to start to select the best contractor. That actually is our job as an event coordinator, find the right contractor to make sure that we can achieve or we can fulfill the client demand. Okay. If it's not possible to hire the accredited contractor, it's important to rely on the local knowledge, personal experience, and feedback from the personal peers. For information, event management in Malaysia, this actually is still goods industry, and we can say that actually is a very small industry. So it's very good if you can have a very good rapport with the others. Okay, jangan anggap kita punya rival tu as a rival, tetapi juga dalam masa yang satu kita ingat yang rival kita ini adalah as a friend to help us ketika kita dalam kesusahan. Okay, and successful quotes must then be incorporated into the client proposal with other relevant information. So what you need to know now adalah to start calling a meeting. Okay, so kita dah call the meeting kan? So apa kita buat adalah kita kena panggil kita punya team kita. Once the contractor has been selected, the production meeting of all contractors need to be organized. It's important of teamwork and the emphasizations on we dan me. You need to remember in event management, it's not a single player. It's a team player. Kalau lagi buat semuanya seorang-seorang, it's very hard for you to survive in this kind of the industry. Yes, seriously. Sebabnya bukan mudah untuk kita buat seorang-seorang. Ni boleh je kita nak buat proposal tu seorang. Betul, saya setuju yang boleh. Tapi bila kita nak run event, we still rely on the volunteer, the third parties untuk pastikan ada injection element yang lain yang be more creative, innovative, and sometimes maybe the technology tu kita tak ada, jadi kita perlukan orang lain. And start to write the proposal. So this actually is a proposal requirement. Ini contoh saja. Kalau you perasan benda ni contoh ni is quite maybe similar ataupun berbeza sedikit daripada apa yang you belajar dalam EVM 451. Okay, the content of your proposal. Okay, and what you need to do, paling critical adalah presentation. Yes, sometimes we have an idea, benda tu yang letak dekat dalam you punya proposal, tetapi maybe klien tak nampak apa yang you tulis. They can't imagine. So what you need to do adalah you need to sell your you need to sell your proposal through what? Yes, the presentation. Okay, now we move to the tips for the presentation. Okay, yes, I know that all of you actually good in terms of the presentation, but we just want to share what actually is the tips to be a good presenter. Okay, so the first things as a good presenter, what you need to do, you need to determine the date, time, location, and duration of the presentation. Okay. Jadi awak kena tahulah kalau dah kata 10 minit presentation, kita kenalah follow the allocated time. Tapi tengok kalau you present, there is a lot of the presenter outside there, dia bagi awak 10 minutes tapi kita pula exceed the timing. Ada orang suka, ada interviewer yang akan suka dengan benda-benda tu, ada orang tidak. Sebabnya sometimes the client ni akan if you exceed the time, maknanya adalah you actually is not punctual. Macam tu. So macam indirectly give a negative image. Tapi ada orang kata macam it's okay, you can add more time for your presentation. Macam tu kan. Tapi adalah awak kena minta permission. Okay, how many people, and you supposed to know the number of people that attend the presentation, so it's much more easy for you to maybe do the hard copy for the proposal for them, for each of them. Kan, jadi tak perlulah mereka berkongsi soft copy ataupun kita boleh berkongsi the materials yang awak nak tunjukkan. And sometimes what you need to do adalah you need to bring the visual, supporting visuals such as a photo, conceptual art, and etc. etc. It's much more easy for you to deliver the message with this kind of props, supporting material. Sebab sometimes people didn't get an idea tentang apa yang nak buat dengan hanya tulis kat dalam proposal. Jadi apa yang kena buat adalah to make sure that everyone understand, what you need to do adalah ada video, ada picture, and maybe the items can answer the question. And you can bring the sample linens, sample for the table linens, check cover, flower for the small components, and please carefully choose the right words. So bila kita choose the right word tu, it's much more easy to make sure it's much more easy for them to understand tentang apa yang kita nak kata. And turn off your handphone or leave it at office. Okay, I didn't agree to leave your phone at office, but I agreed to turn off your phone during the presentation because it actually show the commitment of you during the presentation and the proposal, at the same time show the commitment of you for the project itself. And comment and feedback, please take notes. Okay, sebab kita nak tahu what actually client nak, and we try to fulfill their demand kan. So apa sahaja komen dia, take note benda tu and if change is required, do not do so defensive. Sebab apa? Sebab if you're too cocky ataupun too defensive, it's very it's actually is a signal to show that it's very hard for them to it's very hard to work with us or to do the business with us. So what you need to do adalah please accept others' opinion. And approval of the budget and proposal. Okay, once the proposal has been approved, the next step is to formalize everything codes. Yes, you need to have a final budget lah. Final codes, berapa banyak budget tu. So it's much more easy for you to allocate the right amount for each of the item yang kita nak beli. Okay, timeline. Create a timeline grid for the event is a schedules that lists the various tasks, note requirements, staff assignment, deadline that need to take place in advance. Yeah, for information, the project management actually is the best application, okay, untuk event manager to the timeline. So it's much more easy for us to macam kita predict. Okay, kita buat prediction dan juga kita arrange kita punya task to make sure at the end ataupun during the milestone tu kita boleh achieve first certain task yang kita dah buat projection tadi. And call for deposit. Now job is confirmed until a financial commitment has been made by the client. Normally, a standard 50% of the cost of the event applies. However, it's up to the if up to the event organizer, either the deposit actually is 50%, ada orang yang minta 30%, ada orang yang tak minta langsung. Tetapi saya advise untuk awak minta to show the commitment, to commit dengan projek tersebut. Bila kita trust people, okay, dan kita ambil deposit, so that's why kenapa ada orang turn down the offer ataupun turn down the business last minute. So bila kita dah spend banyak-banyak benda tu, duit tu dekat benda-benda yang sepatutnya, ataupun dah beli barang kan, tiba-tiba dia dah turn down tu, dia dah keluar ataupun dia dah choose the others competitor ke ataupun others event manager ke kan. So kita pula yang kena tanggung kerugian. So kalau boleh tak nak lah jadi begitu. Once you already call for deposit, so what we need to do now adalah we need to do confirmation of all elements and the contractor, the third parties yang akan involve dengan kita. Okay, written notice need to be provided to the contractor and should refer to the briefing document and quotes incorporated in the proposal as well as the amendment made to the original quotes. And no further changes can be made unless approved by the both parties. Okay. So please make sure that both parties, you, contractor dan juga client agree dengan apa yang you all buat. So it's much more easy and kita try to avoid ketidakpuasan hati in future. And we start to purchase the stock and making the props. As stock arrive, compare it against the invoice as it's unpacked. Yes, to make sure that barang yang kita order tu benda yang sama. And begin making the decorative unit. This will be done in-house. If the props are made outside, your studio supervise the construction to ensure that they are according to your specification. Yeah. Okay, saya tahu. Sometimes sebenarnya kita just coordinate saja. Kita perlukan the third parties ni untuk buat decoration untuk kita. Maybe kita perlukan third parties untuk catering ke apa. So bila kita dah sub macam tu, apa kita kena buat adalah kita kena do the supervision to make sure everything actually seperti yang kita dah plan. Okay. And constant review of seat and prop is important to avoid the crisis on the day of the event. And finally, file the invoice for payment or forward it to your office for processing. Ya, kalau semuanya adalah seperti yang kita dah plan, semuanya cantik, so kita akan proses dengan payment. Okay, so sekarang dah kita dapat prop, semua dah settle kan. So what you need to do now adalah the first step, you need to call a meeting with your team and have someone present to record and brainstorm the group. And if work schedules are to run smoothly, the component part must be put together in orderly fashion. The staging company is usually the first group of workers in the ballroom or event location. Yes, you need to make sure that you actually become the first person ever to be in the venue. Sebab kita ni event manager, kita kena pastikan yang kita adalah orang pertama. Sebab apa? Sebab hanya kita yang tahu sebenarnya di mana tempat yang kita letak dan apa sebenarnya kita nak buat. Takut nanti bila you tak ada dekat situ, nanti kita punya third parties ataupun venue provider, bila dia nak pasang kerusi ke ataupun pasang benda-benda lain, benda tu tidak fulfill the demand ataupun based on your request. And working schedule create the running order of the event component and the people putting it together, and it differ from the event schedule. Yes, kita dah tengok dah benda ni sebelum ni. Running order, RO, actually is a different with the event schedule. Running order adalah lagi detail and include with the name of the PIC. The order of activities must be set down on paper to ensure a smooth flow. List every task along with the number of contractors involved, and you should determine who should arrive first and in what order thereafter. Okay, this actually is a one thing, unless those details are confirmed, your event may turn out to be non-profit because the labor cost will exceed the budget allowance. So what we need to do adalah, we need to sit down together and determine how many people ataupun how many volunteers that we need to hire to make sure that to make sure that the event actually is smooth, runs smoothly. Okay, so if you think that that an entertainer, we need the three entertainer, and the first and second and third, and identify who actually willing to join us and every single thing, insyaAllah your event will be run smoothly. However, sekiranya awak tak plan betul-betul, of course the labor cost akan meningkat dan juga kita akan kekurangan duit di mana kita boleh nak rolling balik kita punya cost ataupun kita punya modal tadi tu And last but not least, about the producing the event planning based on the highly detailed event schedule, the event begins. And if the upfront planning has been done correctly, putting the plan into action will provide your guests with a truly wonderful event. Yes, that's actually is our work to make sure that we can give the guests, the audience that attends our event is a wonderful experience. So that's why kenapa sometimes saya cakap dengan student saya, I highlight the experiential element is a good injection in an event to make sure there is an engage between you and your client, between you and your audience, between you and your third parties. So it will create the very wonderful memory in your events. Q&A session. So, any question to ask me? Okay, if you have any question, feel free to contact me. That's all from me. Thank you.